Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Rich Black Doc podcast. I am your host, Claudia Pascal, and if you've been following me for a while, I just want to take the time to express how much I appreciate you once again. I know I shared it in the last episode and have been sharing it on my social media profiles, but I just want to take the time to just say once again that I truly appreciate those of you who have been praying for me, supporting me, and encouraging me on this journey thus far. I truly could not have made it without you, and I am determined to keep going because of you. With that said, I am going to be spending this episode kind of summarizing all that we've been talking about and sharing what's to come down the line. Now, this whole Rich Black Doc podcast started, the idea, I should say, started a while back, and it finally came to fruition this March. And I want to give a shout out to my coach, Dr. Kimmy, without whom this would not have been possible. Just working over the analysis paralysis, the perfectionism, just all of that mental sabotage that I've been going through for years. I would not have been able to get over it without her. And so thanks to her, my husband, and just other individuals who have been so supportive for me, I finally pushed through and started this podcast. And I started this podcast, as I repeat over and over again, because I am passionate about seeing more of us, especially young Black doctors, pursuing the financial freedom that will allow us to serve on our own terms, create the powerful legacies that we want, and enjoy our lives all at the same time. I started off this podcast by introducing myself and my journey, which took a drastic turn the ending of last year and added some fuel to me doing Rich Black Doc, because my desire for Rich Black Doc started long before my endometriosis diagnosis. However, everything that came with that diagnosis and the progression of the symptoms, the ultimate surgery and whatnot, really lit a fire under my husband and I in terms of our need to really be intentional and start scaling and re-strategizing again how we were going to achieve our financial freedom goals. And it also ignited my passion to really share more of my journey so that, if possible, I can prevent another young doctor from going through what I went through, and that is walking away from a career just 2 years after graduating and getting into it in a way that is so unexpected. Now, some of us already know we're not planning to be in our careers long term, as was my plan. However, an unexpected exit, an unpredictable outcome such as what I went through, is something that could really derail us and throw us off, and not only have significant impacts on us physically, emotionally, and mentally, but also all three of those things can further be exacerbated if we are not ready financially. And that was one of the biggest, alarms that this whole experience has triggered for me, is the fact that, personal financial freedom is really, really important, because we honestly don't know what will come, when it will come, and the impacts it will have on us. We cannot be relying on one source of income, and we definitely cannot be relying on our physical work and labor to produce that income, because that's literally just setting ourselves up for potential disaster, even though we're high income earners. We cannot get comfortable in the fact that we're high income earners and not establish the true security and the true freedom that comes from creating multiple streams of income, and of course, making those incomes ideally passive. Because we all know, being a doctor, working in the healthcare field, or just working in general and trying to live life at the same time is taxing and demanding. And many of us need things to be as passive as possible and as profitable as possible without really taking much demands from us, and therefore taking us away from other things that we may want to prioritize or have to prioritize more. So with that said, I shared throughout my episodes how exactly my husband and I started on this journey. And by the way, if this is your first time and you don't know, I think I already mentioned that I'm a dentist and I'm also an educator. I'm an assistant professor, and my husband is in residency for oral and maxillofacial surgery. He's doing a 6-year program and is currently in his 3rd year of those 6 years, which is the med school part. And so for us, we started off our journey through house hacking, where we bought our first home, which was our first investment into real estate, and turned that home into a rental property pretty much, where we were renting out the other spaces. It's something many people have been doing for years, and it's something that I spent the past episodes really kind of digging deeper into, because I truly believe it's something that many of us are in the ideal position to take advantage of. I talked about different aspects of, the home buying journey, whether or not to add Airbnb to it. But some of the most important things that I talked about is just why it's so important to start this journey to financial freedom, whether it's through real estate, whether it's through house hacking or not. It's important for us to start. And that was my main goal in the episodes that I shared, was to emphasize the importance and to show us how practical it is, and to, of course, highlight one of those strategic ways that we can do it. I am now at the point where, because of the impacts that my health has been having, I have not been able to be as consistent as I was with social media, sharing on social media, and even the episodes. These past couple of episodes did not follow my weekly schedule as I wanted them to. And that's because I had to really just do some stepping back, because there were many days and weeks at a time where I just really wasn't feeling well. And the days where I was feeling well and doing well, I had to kind of put that energy towards, things that were already scheduled, or other tasks and duties that, are time sensitive and that I have to take care of, and therefore supersedes my Rich Black Doc projects. So I am learning self-compassion, having that grace. And by far one of the hardest things that I am learning is to listen to my body. And I've stopped and I'm learning to stop beating myself up about not meeting my goals when I want to. And the most important thing is learning how to pivot and adjust, so that I don't have to feel like I have to throw everything away or give up on everything, but rather see how I can rather make it fit what my circumstances are. And to be honest, you guys, I've only been feeling really well since ending of December, January of this year, which is exactly when I jumped right back onto social media and started sharing more things, because I just was like, okay, let me hurry up and get back to all the things I want to do now that I'm feeling good. And I found myself in that rush to kind of get back to things as they were. I've kind of been crashing a little, or a lot, and a lot sooner than I ever would, honestly. I've rarely had times where I'm just like, man, I'm just so tired physically, emotionally, and mentally, and just finding it hard to do things. Even if I'm sitting there and sleep is not what my body is wanting to do at the time, anything else that requires an excessive or just a regular amount of expensive energy and just mental focus would just be so hard. And that's, of course, been impacting my content creation, recording the episodes, and just all those kind of things. And I just had a nice reminder of the fact that if I don't really slow down and get it together, I'm going to set myself up to crash. It's going to become cyclical, and it's only going to slow down my body's ability to truly heal and be able to stabilize and just stay healthy. I mean, I could see from the pictures that my OBGYN showed me that I got quite a bit of damage already in there, and that will continue to go on if I don't get my stuff together. And so I just been thinking and like assessing, okay, Claudia, like, what are you going to do? What do you really want to do? And how can you make what you really want to do work with your circumstances? The fact that your energy levels are unpredictable, the fact that you've been getting some new pain experiences lately and don't want it to go back to what it was before, full blown, excruciating and spontaneous. Like, we don't want to go back to that. You know, how are we going to be able to afford to prevent that? Really take care of our body and also accomplish those things that we want to do and that we have identified can be done if modified. So with that said, the modification is going to be to make this podcast seasonal. So this is the last episode of this season. And I honestly don't know when the next season will come out. I am really just trying to take some time to establish some sense of stability because of the fact that, as I've mentioned, my sense of well-being has been really up and down a lot over the past couple of weeks. And I for that reason, cannot say when I'm going to be able to record the content that I want to record and, you know, be able to have, you know, episodes lined up to kick off another season. Because though I know it's okay to start, and if I need to like cut back, I do want to hopefully start and be able to have some sense of consistency if possible. So that's why I'm going to just wait as long as I need to until I can, kick off that next season. And with those episodes that I bring out, the format is going to most likely be different. I won't say now what I'm thinking about doing, like how I'm thinking about doing it, but I will say what I am thinking about doing. And what I am wanting to do is to spend more time in talking about that fundamental piece to this financial freedom journey, to any and every big accomplishment and achievement that we want to do in life. And that is mindset. As I've been talking with my husband about different things, as we just continue on with our different endeavors, we realized that one of the recurring things that needs work, especially for me, not naturally being entrepreneurial, and tending to be on the risk averse side, is mindset. Like, mindset work is so critical. Like, someone can give you all the things that you need, but if you don't have the right mindset, you're not gonna do those things, or you're gonna do them, but do them in the wrong way. And that's what I'm realizing can easily happen with our financial freedom journeys. Like, I can sit here and share all day tips on how to do this, how to do that. This is what I did for this and whatnot. But if we are not approaching it with the right mindset, it's going to be hard for us to execute any of those steps and execute them with success, like long-term sustainable success. Because we're talking about building like wealth, generational wealth, and building sustainable income streams and making those income streams as passive as possible. It's going to take some time. It's going to take some processes that, honestly, just speaking from my personal experience, you will find hard to get through and to push through if you don't have the right mindset. So that is what I plan to be spending more time talking about next season, whenever that comes, and I will let you guys know. But in the meantime, my goal is to just keep sharing on my Instagram, to just like give some encouragement, and we'll see if I'll start sharing like other tips and stuff, but I'll be sharing there. And because I do want to continue connecting with you all, and I want to kind of be able to be more of myself and be more candid with it and keep providing value whenever I can, and it not having to be in a structured, like recorded and edited episode and whatnot. I'm going to start a Facebook group. So I'm going to be kicking off the Rich Black Doc Facebook group for every one of us, be it students, residents, or doctors already in our career who have a passion to start pursuing financial freedom, but just don't know where to start. Or maybe you started and you want to keep going, but you're kind of feeling stuck and you just want a community where everyone is wanting to do the same thing. If that all sounds appealing to you, stay tuned. I will announce it on my Instagram. I'm not sure if I'll announce it if I'll have it up by the time this episode comes out. But either way, it will be in my Instagram. It will be in a link in Instagram where you can join. And once again, I want this to be a safe space for those of us who are wanting to pursue financial freedom, to serve on our own terms, to create our powerful legacies that will last for generations to come, and enjoy our lives in the process. That's what I want to create this community for. And that is where I will be able to just share more candidly, and be able to connect with you all, and you all be able to connect with each other. And then we keep moving forward and pursuing those personal visions and goals of ours that, you know, when brought together collectively, will empower us to truly make an even greater impact on our communities today and for generations to come. That is my vision. That is my passion for all of us. And if that is what you want as well, you're in the right place. As I always say, especially considering what I'm going through, the better we take care of ourselves, the better we take care of others. Connect with me on Instagram. Stay tuned for when that next season will come out. And I especially hope to see you in the Facebook group. I pray you all the best. And please, please do take good care of you.